Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. As you guys know, we had hot, messy topics last night, which was a great conversation. So I wanted to thank you all so much for another amazing subscribers only live. Guys, we went live with Ronald Richards this morning and of course with Down with Jason to talk about Vanderpump Rules, but this is just a little bit of a pre-record to keep you guys posted. Guys, we're back to talk about Vanderpump Rules and the slap. I can't even believe Brock talked about this, but we're back to talk about it. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so I want to talk about this whole Brock Davies situation and Scheana Marie. Obviously, we love Scheana Marie over here, one of my first friends in Los Angeles, and I want nothing but to see her winning and happy. Of course, with Brock, too, now that they have a beautiful baby, Summer Moon, that's all you want. You want to see a young family win. I don't want to see someone's family fall apart. I even saw comments where people were like, oh, Lala and Randall, they have what, or they get what they deserve. That's what they get. They have to now split up and split their engagement. I don't think like that. I think, oh, this is unfortunate. As a person who's a product of divorce, I wouldn't want to see someone split their family up because someone does or makes stupid mistakes. Now, for Brock Davies, it seems like he has a little bit of an interesting past. He caught a domestic violence charge after admitting to slapping his ex, who he shares 2 children with. And he talked about this with Lisa Vanderpump last night. Lisa invited everybody over to her house, and when Brock walked in, he greeted Lisa, but it's unfortunate for him because Lisa already has a preconceived idea as to who this man already is. Unfortunately, since Lala already shared about Brock in his past in front of Lisa at Villa Rosa, in front of Katie, Ariana, and of course Scheana, which Scheana already knew about, now Brock is walking into a situation meeting Lisa for the first time with her already thinking, okay, this man doesn't pay his child support, and he also caught a domestic violence charge. So as soon as he walks in, he kind of breaks down a little bit and he pulls Lisa to the side and lets her know, yes, I was wrong. That was 10 years ago. I slapped my ex. I've learned, I've grown, and Scheana makes me a better person. Now, I'm not dismissing this at all because slapping somebody is obviously unacceptable. And at first I was thinking about it, why would Lala bring this up in the first place? I felt like it was for a total storyline because there wasn't anything interesting going on over on Lala's side. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people ripped me apart in the comments about this because they're like, Adam, you're minimizing what Brock did. No, 100% I am not. I've seen my mom be, slapped. I've seen other people, my sisters. I would never, ever condone that. Ever. I just want to make my stance clear on that. I don't think it's acceptable and I don't think it's okay. Do I think people can learn, move forward, get a hold of their anger issues and their aggression and better themselves? Yes. Do I think they need to put in the work, and that work, obviously doesn't happen overnight? Yes. For Brock, Scheana at this point trusts him, and something got turned around last night that I wasn't quite understanding. So Scheana sitting at the table and Lala now all of a sudden feels awkward. Lisa's like, why are you so quiet? And she's like, well, I'm awkward because I feel like this whole thing just got turned around on me. She's like, well, what do you mean? Lala's like, well, at the end of the day, now Brock is the victim because he's over here crying. And, Scheana, I can't be friends with you. Sheena's like taken aback. You can't be friends with me. Why? Because I think that you're a toxic person. I think that you're scary. And I think that you pretty much are a spineless jellyfish with a hidden agenda. I don't know how this just got turned around on Scheana in this case. Scheana, at this point, she is trying to defend her man when he was vulnerable with Lala, which he shouldn't have been vulnerable with Lala in the first place, but he shared exactly why he can't see his children up until this point. He's still trying to catch up on child support. We saw that on Watch What Happens last night. He explained a little bit about the situation. And when he explained all of this to Lala, she decided to bring it up on camera. So if anybody's not being a friend here, I, as Scheana, would look at Lala and be like, wait a minute, you could have pulled me aside and had a completely private conversation, but that is not what you chose to do. You chose to put it on the table in front of the whole group and make sure everybody was involved in my business. Now, this didn't just piss off Scheana and Brock. Ariana Maddox and also Tom Sandoval made a good point. For the longest time, you wanted us to lie about Randall, Lala, and you wanted us to pretend like we didn't know he was a married man and pretend like we didn't know who he was. And we did that for you. But now all of a sudden you're turning around and you're getting mad because Scheana and Brock kept something private from his past out of the group. And then Lala lost it. She was pissed and she said, do not compare my man who is a stand-up guy who takes care of his kids to this guy over here who hasn't seen his kids in over 4 years. She was pissed, she was livid, and she ends up grabbing her stuff and walking out. Obviously, Lala wasn't down for the conversation anymore, but that wasn't the only conversation to be had. Tom Shorts didn't get his home equity loan, so now Lisa Vanderpump has put onto the table, okay, well, if you'd like, then Ken and I can double the money that you put into TomTom, your $50,000, we will give you $100,000 back for you to walk away from the business. She said, I'm not wanting you to walk away from the business. I don't want you to walk away, but if that's what you want and you need the money, then we are happy to do so. Tom Shorts pretty much said, over my dead body, I'm never giving up my equity in this business. What is TomTom without Tom and Tom? He said that is his pride and joy in his little baby business that he will not walk away from. So in the meantime, Tom Sandoval and Tom Shorts have to come up with a better idea as to how they're going to fund this new restaurant. But from what we're hearing, they are coming up with the funds. They are launching this new restaurant. It's not just a storyline. And Jason, for some reason, thinks that this is a ploy for a spinoff, a TomTom spinoff, maybe on Peacock. It wouldn't be called TomTom. And of course, it wouldn't be called Shorts and Sandy's because, well, if you didn't watch the episode, their business partner thinks that that sounds like a high-priced deli. When we saw the space, Tom Sandoval has quite the imagination. He's looking at the whole bar. He's scoping it out. I can see stairs here. I see wallpaper here. I see things hanging from the ceiling over here. Lights, ambiance. Where do you think he got that from? LVP is the queen of ambiance. That's why when you go to Pump, Sir, TomTom, any of those places, it starts with the mood, from the lighting to the music to the candles. The whole thing is ambiance and mood, of course, accompanied by delicious drinks and food, but it starts with the mood. If they could have learned anything from Lisa, I am glad that they learned that because ambiance is of the utmost importance. Guys, there are a few other things that we talked about in Jason's recap. Well, the recap that I did with Jason on Down with Jason for Vanderpump Rules. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to go check it out. We talk about all of this more in depth. And of course, we take questions. So that was a subscribers only live chat. If you're not subscribed to our channel, get subscribed because we will be back tonight for Hot Messy Topics at 6 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about more of this further in depth. Don't forget that tonight is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 4, where Andy Cohen claims that nothing was left on the table. Yeah, the first 3, those were disappointing. So I hope this one is not. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you. Go ahead, comment below. What do you think about this week's episode? Don't forget to smash that like button and also set your notifications. I appreciate the hell out of you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye, guys.